And now, prepare your ear holes for penetration as we bring you another great podcast from the Poop Culture Extended Universe.
All right, everybody. It's another episode of Who's Right. See, we got to say our name that time.
What the fuck? You ruined it. We never say our name.
But you want to start over?
Yes, I want to take that out.
All right, hold on. All right. So I got to go find our theme song again. Here we go.
We're going to do two intros.
All right, here we go. Welcome to the podcast with no name. This is
And
Conspiring
Doug's
to
wrong.
Argue.
This is
All right.
Conspiring to Argue.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. We are attempting to do it live. We have a few technical issues, as always. The show wouldn't be the same without it.
Perfect.
So if you're saying anything right now, if you're typing anything, I can't see it.
I can, though.
Oh, you can see comments?
Yes.
All right. So you're going to have to monitor that. I'll do the show.
Yeah. I opened it on my phone, and there's a delay, about a 30-second delay. But
Yeah,
I can see it says live chat, and,
Perfect.
so we're good. So
All
if
right.
you chat, I'll see it.
All right. So what do you want to we never even talked about what we want to talk about this week. We've spent the last fucking hour trying to figure out this shit with the stupid fucking mixer. And I want to take off on the show notes that things we have prepared to talk about. I had mentioned that I wanted to thank Dave, the producer. Now I retract that.
What? What were you wanting to thank him for?
Helping me get the mixer set up. He was on the phone with me for like an hour talking about all things podcast and
Wait. The mixer that we're not using now, right? Because you
right
couldn't get it set up?
because I couldn't
All right.
get it set up. That is correct.
All right.
I could set it up. You just couldn't hear it properly, so I think it was on you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's on me.
You
My
weren't
headphones weren't working right.
you weren't listening correctly.
Correct.
So I wanted the ability. This has been something that we've been struggling with since we started this show. I want the ability to play clips and talk over them at the same time. Anthony does not give a shit. I think Anthony's more worried that I'm going to turn it into some sound effects, thing.
I think my worries are founded. That's what you want to do.
I don't.
Boing, 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 boing.
I don't want to play sound effects. I want to play clips, or news stories, or whatever.
Clips of sounds.
But so there's some clips that I want to play. So if you see it on YouTube, it's gonna appear that I'm just holding my phone up to the microphone.
It'll appear that way because that's the way it is.
All right. Did you? All right. So I'm gonna ask like I ask every fucking week. Anything exciting happen that you want to talk about?
No.
Fuck.
I was sick this week, and that's about it. That's all I got. It's the only thing different than any other week. We are planning a trip to Nashville, Tennessee, so maybe I'll come back from that with some stories.
Or you could stop by here because it's kind of on the way.
Is it?
Yeah, it's only like 5 hours away.
Oh, all right. If it's on the way, I'll stop by.
I mean,
We're leaving at noon. We're leaving at noon on a Friday, so
Nashville will be on the way back home if you stop by here.
hey, all right. I'm gonna stop by and see your house. So
I'm not going to let you in. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you a little bit out in the yard or something.
on the phone. Oh shit.
So this
right.
is our second week being part of the Poop Culture Extended Universe.
We haven't got kicked off yet.
They have already done more for our show than we have. We are now on iHeartRadio.
Is that true?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're on iHeartRadio now. I don't know what that means, but I think
I don't either.
But if I've never found any reason to talk about where we're at, because if you're listening to it, you already know where we're at.
Yeah, we're on your fucking speakers, man.
But now I guess if somebody stumbles across this on YouTube, then they might want to listen to the finished product. Don't know why, but
yeah, if you're seeing this, you don't want to hear the finished product. This is a great representation.
But whatever. All right. So go to a place where you get podcasts, and then you'll find it.
Speaking of that, speaking of the poop culture, real quick, I don't know if I should bring this up now or wait about how they stole my idea.
So I don't know that I wanted to bring it up that way.
You didn't, but I did.
So do you really think that they stole it, or do you think that there are?
I have no idea.
Or do you think that there are 102 million podcasts out there, and we are all struggling for content, and we all end up doing a little bit of the same shit?
Oh, I think they watched our show, only our show, and stole our whole entire bit.
Yeah, I beg to differ, but it was nice being part of that network.
No, I have no idea if they started it before we did, or if they do a missed connections bit. So
yeah, and what could be funny is if they went and pulled their proof that they did missed connections way before we were even on the fucking air,
like the week before we started. I'm not accusing them of stealing anything. It was funny. I'm not mad at all or whatever. We all do it a little different. We're all doing the same thing. So
it really came off as if it was a direct accusation that they had stole your idea. That's how it came off. So.
Oh, I'll say it again. They stole my shit.
All right. Well, thanks for having us on the network. All right. So I guess if we're going to talk about other podcasts for a little bit, let's jump into one of my favorites, Conspiring to Argue.
Yeah.
So they did an episode here this week on Charles Manson.
Sure.
And it's not so much that the conspiracy is that he didn't exist. So the conspiracy is the motives behind the murders. And it's a pretty good show. I like that show.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you listen to the Manson one?
I didn't listen to the episode, no.
All right, so I'm going to play a little clip from it, and I think it's probably going to start a conversation between the two of us.
All right.
So anytime I say I'm going to play a clip from, I need you to just start talking.
Start talking?
Yeah, because it's going to take me a little bit to fucking get to it. You know that.
All right.
We rehearsed this show 4 fucking times.
Do you think that's going to make any damn difference? Oh, shit. All right. So what's the content here that we're talking about? Is it about Charles Manson?
It's not cool to say blackie. I mean, it's also not cool to say whitey, but you can say whatever you want to white people because they deserve it. But
all right. So did you hear that? So
what the fuck?
All right. So maybe I should have led up to it a little bit, but so the context of it is during the way Manson would talk about white people and black people is he'd call them whitey and blackie.
Sure.
And when one of the hosts is talking about it, he mentions something that, what you can say whatever you want about white people because they deserve it. Here, I'll play it again. Here, I'll play it again.
It's not cool to say blackie. I mean, it's also not cool to say whitey, but you can say whatever you want to white people because they deserve it, but including me.
All right, so I think that's like pushing the bullshit that you should feel guilty for being white.
Yes, I think that I don't know how old these guys are, but I have to assume that they're in their 20s because that's this new generation. Which I never thought I would be the guy that says the new generation of kids. It just makes me feel fucking old. But it seems like that's the new thing is you have to feel guilty about being white. And I don't get it. It's like a throwback to like when it was bad to be black.
No, it's not. It's a completely different mindset than that. Because now all the oppression and all the bullshit that black people have been through, all the people that did that to them, they got off scot-free. They got to live. And they had slaves, and they fucking treated black people like shit, and then they died. And now we have decided we need to take on their guilt because they were assholes.
No. Don't say we. the younger generation, because I have no guilt for any of that. I didn't do anything wrong. I don't treat black people bad. I don't treat anybody.
When I say we, obviously I'm talking about the
Conspiring to argue guys?
Yes. I'm talking about fucking white people. The white people that feel that way. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, fuck them. I don't understand what does that accomplish? So if you're white and you say, well, you can say whatever you want about white people because they fucking deserve it. What does that accomplish? What does that do for you other than signal to all the black people that, hey, I'm cool. Can I join your club? Dude, they're not going to let you in.
So I think that that falls along with the white privilege conversations that we have all the fucking time and all that shit.
Yes.
And I obviously can't speak for any or all of black people, but I don't think that black people give any thought to white privilege for the most part. I think they spend the majority of their day trying to get through the day just like everybody else.
Trying to raise their kids, trying to teach their kids right from wrong, do their job, make money, just like white people do. Crazy how that works.
No, white people generally, it's the white people that we're talking about spend their day trying to get on shoulder or shoulder some guilt or feel bad about something.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense to me, the whole thing. And if that's how we're, normally I guess I wouldn't care. You're a bunch of idiots. I don't care, whatever. But my daughter is 11. My son is 9. So they're growing up in this stupid bullshit where other white people are telling them that they have to feel guilty about being white. It's fucking ridiculous. So stop it.
All right, I don't want to talk about it anymore. So I'm going to continue listening to that show. Only because I like them two guys, but fucking knock your shit off, Nick and JJ or whatever. One of them changed their name when they got married, so I don't know what name he's going by now. But
are you serious?
Yeah, he changed his first name because he never liked his first name or something. But anyway, just fucking stop it. Stop.
Yeah, stop it.
You have nothing to feel guilty about.
You were born white. It's okay. It's okay to be white, dude. It's all right.
Just like Lady Gaga said, you were born that way.
Exactly. There's nothing negative about being white. Just don't be mean to black people and you're good to go, man.
What about Mexicans?
Don't be mean to black people and you're good to go, man. Don't be mean to anybody. Just don't judge people on the color of their fucking skin and you're good, man. Including white people. Fuck.
So what can you judge people on and be okay?
We talked about this last week, whether or not they're fat. That's it.
All right, good. I don't want to be able to lose that.
Nope. Actually, you can judge people on whatever you want. I don't care. Judge people because of the color of their skin. But then don't get mad at other people when they judge people by the color of their skin. If that's an asshole you want to be, don't get mad at white supremacists if you're going to be the same kind of asshole. Right?
So can I still hate fat people or not? I just need to know that.
Yes,
All right.
absolutely.
All right. What about fat supremacists?
I think I'm a fat supremacist. That's great. The name just sounds cool. I'd join that club.
No, wait a minute. So fat supremacist would be like me saying that being a fat body is the superior race, right?
Yeah, the Fatzies. you're a Fatsy.
All right. You know what?
Oh, man.
You go ahead and talk for a little bit. I got to round up a pen because I need to write that down. That's going to be my next Photoshop.
The Fatsies?
No, yep. I am making a T-shirt.
Perfect.
You fucking watch.
All right. So this is a perfect time to cut in and say that you should go to our website, who'srightpodcast.com. Subscribe to our show on iTunes. We're also on the Hush Your Face network still for some reason.
What do you mean for some reason?
For some reason. There's a reason, right?
Yeah, because we like them. Or they like us.
Also visit our Patreon and give us money. Did you say that they like us? Nobody likes us.
Yeah, so I am happy with Poop Culture Extended Universe, man. Not that I'm unhappy with Hush Your Face, but PCEU is like they're very active.
Sure. I'm gonna go on record and say that I don't give a shit either way about either one of them.
I know. All right, so
I know.
I can't find a pencil or a pen or something. So, all right, so let's get into what else. What did you do? Yeah, subscribe, hush your face, poop culture, theme song. Did I play the theme song yet?
You played the theme song, right? Didn't you?
Right.
Yeah, you did. You did. Yeah. God, we're unorganized. Can't even remember if we played the fucking theme song.
I want to talk real quick about this. I was having a conversation with somebody at work, and we were talking about Muslims.
Okay.
And you know, he's of the mindset that if you're Muslim, you should probably be killed because you're out to
What the fuck?
you're out to destroy the United States and all of the citizens.
No,
And so we had a pretty good conversation where I mentioned something like, you know, there's 4.6 billion Muslims in Illinois or wherever. You know, they're everywhere, right?
All right. They're everywhere. All right.
And if Muslims wanted to kill us, we'd be dead. It would be that easy. There's nothing we could do to stop it.
Right.
There was enough of them. There's enough Muslims that they could assign 6 Muslims to one United States.
Just to me.
To each person. Each person could have 6 people after them. But anyway, so we got to talking about it, and I had made a comment about, you know, I can see why you might want to strap some dynamite to your chest if you get 72 virgins. And but I don't know that I'd want virgins. I think I'd want somebody with experience. I'd want 72 experienced people. That would be fun.
They don't even have to be women. Just 72 experienced people.
But he said, you know, funny thing about that is most people don't understand that there was a fuck up in translation. Did you know about this? Or
I did not.
So what it really says, I'll read it here because I ended up pulling it up and making a mark of it, talking about it on the show just because I thought it was so fucking funny.
Okay.
According to an Islam tradition, Muslim martyrs will go to paradise and marry 72 black-eyed virgins. But some Quran scholars point to a less sexy paradise. While beautifully written, Islamic texts are often obscure. The Arabic language was born as a written language with the Quran, and growing evidence suggests that many of the words were Syriac or Aramaic, whatever. Specifically, the Quran says martyrs going to heaven will get Hur, H-U-R, and the word was taken by early commentators to mean virgins. Hence those 72 concubines. Ooh. But in Aramaic, Hur actually meant whatever. Fuck off! Don't correct me in the middle. Hur actually meant white and was commonly used specifically mean white grapes. So and that's what he had described to me is what you actually get is 72 drinks.
72 drinks?
Yeah, 72.
Like wine, glasses of wine, basically?
72 grapes to make wine because wine was considered at the time to be something that you hardly ever get to see.
Really?
But the translation was changed to virgin. So what you actually get is 72 grapes. And can you imagine how fucking pissed off you'd be if all that shit was true? And
you blew yourself up, and here's your grapes.
And you get a fucking cup full of grapes.
God, that'd be awesome.
I would be
that
so
makes me want to be
fucking
Muslim.
pissed off.
No, I'd be cool with it. Oh, God.
Now,
See,
so I've got to put the same disclaimer out there that you put out there. Don't cut my head off for saying this. I'm just...
So I read an article, speaking of Muslims and the Muslim religion. I read something somewhere where they have a... God, I wish I would have saved it. I don't know what they called it, but there's a word in the Quran that says that they are allowed to lie about being Muslim and lie about what the Quran says to further their religion. So they're allowed to come. Basically, what this article was saying was that their religion specifically allows them to come to America and lie about what the Quran says in order to win over Americans. I don't know if that's true or not, but
is that any different than Christianity?
No, none of it's different than any of it. It's all
right.
the same. All the religions are the fucking same. All they want is to convert people to their way of thinking. That's it. And if you think about it, that's all we want too, right? Don't hate black people. Don't hate trans people. We're trying to convert you to our way of thinking. So this show is like our religion.
Right. So, what's it called? The tith? Is that right? When you pass around the cup?
Tithe.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Our tithe then would be our Patreon. So,
yes, I love it. Way to tithe it all together.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Give us money.
All right. I don't know that I have anything special, any funny things or whatever to talk about. So I guess we'll just jump into our
show.
Did you want to do it? Did you want to do another things not to Google?
Sure. You said you had looked some of them up. You found one that was good.
Not good. I mean, no, it wasn't good at all. It was.
If it wasn't good, then we might as well just abandon that idea.
As always.
it's up. We got one into the list.
Yeah, the run the gauntlet thing was funny. I mean, it would have been better had we done it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Live on the air.
Because of the pussification of America.
Fucking liberals.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama. Okay, well, this is horrifying. Street vendors in China have taken to using something called gutter oil. Quite literally, the oil gathered from the gutter runoff, dumpster sludge, garbage juice, and untreated sewage to cook food for human consumption. And then unwitting humans are consuming that food. As you might have guessed, not everyone's happy about that. So I included a video. There was a documentary about this a while back. This is old. This is from 2013, so it's old news, but still. There's a documentary that actually shows a lady pulling a manhole cover, dipping this big, huge, long spoon down there and pulling up sludge out of the fucking sewer and taking it to a refining plant where they refine it to the oil and then sell it to the restaurants to use for cooking, for frying all their food in.
And that's bad? Wouldn't the heat?
And that's bad? No. I'm saying we should bring that to America.
Do you think, okay, so every fucking street fair and everything always has the either Vietnamese or Chinese or Japanese or Taiwanese or something with a knees. They all got knees and they all cook food.
Right.
So do you think that they are using the same tactics here as they do wherever this was from? This was Chinese. Yeah, China?
This was China, yeah. I would hope no, but I can't say that for sure. People are fucking crazy, and there's anything they can do to save money.
Does it matter? Does it matter if they are and it tastes as good as it does?
Yes.
I disagree. I will eat dog shit if it tastes...
Human shit. You're eating human shit.
Okay.
Your own fucking shit. My shit. Specifically.
So, I think I draw the line if I know whose shit it is. But
so if it's all, the whole city mixed together, you're okay with it?
With some seasoning salt and battered, deep fried, and it tastes like a fucking egg roll off one of them carts when you're drunk, I don't care.
Perfect. Oh, my God.
You don't go out and drink much, right?
Nope.
Right. So if you've ever been drunk and then stopped at one of them Chinese carts where they cook chicken fried rice or crab ragoons or whatever, and you've had them and you've had them when you're drunk.
Yeah.
If they were to say, "Hey, you know that was fried in shit," okay, I don't care, whatever.
I don't care. Yeah, but that's when you're drunk. So this is just everyday people eating shit grease.
So if you're living in a country and they don't even bother hiding it, they just go lift up a manhole cover and grab a fucking scoop and then throw it into the fryer or whatever, and you're going to continue to go there and eat, that's on you. Fuck you for being stupid.
What if you live there and you can't? So everybody should just move?
No, just don't go to that street vendor anymore. There's other places to get your food, right?
They sell it to the restaurants. They sell it. You don't know who uses it and who doesn't. They sell the shit to the fucking restaurants.
All right, so don't go out to eat then?
And when you go to the store to buy your cooking oil to fry your fucking wontons in, But I don't think they list shit as an ingredient.
All right, I got nothing. I don't know. Yes. So
I'm glad to see you contributing to the show and at least reading this beforehand. That's good.
I could have read this 15 times and I wouldn't have had an angle of why I'd want to talk about it on here, other than it's gross. I mean, I could take a picture of me sticking my finger up my butt after I took a shit and before I wiped and say, "Yeah, this is gross. Let's talk about it." I don't know what you want from me.
All right,
What?
Lawyer dog.
Did you read this?
Yes, I did.
Oh, fuck, I was hoping you were going to say no.
Asshole.
All right.
I read the shit instead of just trying to be an asshole about it.
Judge thinks suspect who asked for a lawyer dog was asking for a lawyer dog. In what must represent a new low for American jurisprudence. Is that right?
Jurisprudence, yes.
Even in the fun-loving and sometimes unserious precincts of the great state of Louisiana. That's not how you spell that. A concurring opinion from the Supreme Court of the Pelican State held that a suspect being questioned by police had not successfully invoked his Sixth Amendment right to an attorney when he said, according to police records, this is how I feel. If y'all think I did it, I know that I didn't do it, so why don't you just give me a lawyer dog, because this is not what's up.
This is not what's up.
This statement was deemed inadequate by Justice Scott Crichton on the grounds that the defendant's ambiguous and equivocal reference to a lawyer dog does not constitute an invocation of counsel that warrants termination of the interview. Maybe it's because I'm a graduate of the University of Georgia School of Law, but I don't find lawyer dog ambiguous at all. So the reason why I picked this is because opposite of what we were just talking about, with white privilege and all that shit, do you really think that this guy was? Do you really think that this lawyer or this cop really thought that this black guy was asking for a lawyer dog versus the slang term of dog that you say to somebody?
No, I absolutely do not, and I think that this judge is just an asshole. Just you know what the guy's talking about, and you are being an asshole. Right.
So you're taking what is commonly common known slang, and then because you didn't say it 100% with no slang or whatever. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah. That's how people talk. You talk how people talk, and the judge says, "Well, no, we don't accept how people talk." Fuck you. You don't accept how people talk. That's how people talk, dog.
Well, it's like you had that planned.
I know.
That's how people talk, dog. Fuck you, dog.
That's how I talk, dog.
Yeah. So how does that fit into our previous conversation about there not being a white privilege?
I guess I don't know. How do you know this guy's black? Is there a picture?
Because white people don't say dog.
Whatever, dog. Oh shit! I'm being serious. How do you know he's black?
I don't. But I do attribute that to being a perfect case of people abusing their authority. That's what
for 100%. Yes. Yeah.
All right. So you wanted to talk about blow up doll?
I didn't want to talk about a blow up doll. I put this on here. Let's see. So this guy.
I think we should start. I think we should start referencing where we pull the articles from. I know I didn't do that the last time. It just, if people want to search for it, they'll have a.
Yeah. Well, this is from the Miami Herald. It says, "Man says girlfriend's mutilated body with missing organs is blow up doll with human flesh."
I did read this one.
Good for you. When police found Deanna Clendon's mutilated body on Friday, her boyfriend told them that there was a misunderstanding. The body, he said...
You see, what had happened was...
was that of a life-size blow-up doll with human flesh. And, of course, the cops didn't buy it. Imagine that. Instead, after searching the man's home and finding a scene resembling the Silence of the Lambs, they arrested Jerome Ernest Wright, 32, and charged him with abusing a dead human body, which I didn't know was against the law. The woman's stomach had been lacerated and many of her internal organs removed, police said. I didn't know that was against the law either. As of Monday, Jerome Wright had not been charged with the woman's murder. He not only denied killing her, he claimed the body wasn't even human. Still, police said a murder charge is on the table. Huh. Pending the Miami-Dade medical examiner's report, we'll know which way the investigation will go, said Miami-Dade investigator. According to police, they arrived at home at the Jesus Christ, I can't even read. At the home just past 7:30 Friday after being notified of a foul smell. Wright's mother, Della Rosalie Wright, had called the police. She told the police she lived alone with their son and led them to her bedroom, where she said the order was coming from. As the cops got closer, Jerome Wright walked out of his room naked and sweaty. He told them he had a stomachache.
Oh, I got a stomachache.
So I hope if there's ever a news article written about me, that line is in there. He came out of the house naked and sweaty, complaining of a stomachache. That's the whole reason I wanted to read this article right there. I didn't even care about the dead body fucking sex doll. He came out of the room naked and sweaty.
No. So keep going. There's this whole article is worth reading.
Yeah. Inside his room, police said they found body fluid on a trash can and on a mattress. Then inside a closet, they found a badly...
Hold on. Is that semen?
Bodily fluid, yes. That would include semen. Unless he pissed all over the place, too.
I would assume that's what it was. Because if it would have said police found spit, or police found saliva, or police found urine, or police found... Yeah. Okay.
Why can't they just say sperm? I don't understand. Or cum. Just say cum. A big fat load. The police found a big fat load on the mattress. Then inside a closet, they found a badly mutilated body.
The suspect is apparently capable of dropping loads. Shooting ropes. The suspect was caught shooting ropes.
A decomposed leg was sticking out, police said. Then police said they began questioning Della Wright, who told them she lived alone with her son and his girlfriend, Clennon, 52, often stayed with her son. She told police that when she asked her son what the smell was, he said he saw a rat in his room, had diarrhea, and that the dog defecated on the floor. There's a rat, I had diarrhea, and the dog shit on the floor. All three of those things happen at the same time.
Okay, so go on. This is good.
That's when police questioning Jerome Wright, they said he told them that whatever was in the room was not real. Then the defendant stated there was a life-size blow-up doll in the closet and the doll was made of flesh.
Okay, so
it's not real, I swear.
Imagine, I don't know when the last time you've had any interactions with the cops, but imagine that goddamn fucking turd. All right, so
David, the producer, says, "Good morning, boys. Nice to see you. Anthony's camera is crystal clear."
All right, so let's jump into that real quick, and then we'll go back to the story.
Oh, come on. We got to finish the story first.
No, because I don't want to forget this.
John said soap and water works wonders.
So, funny story. I called Anthony this week and said, "Hey, are you going to be able
this isn't funny at all.
Are you going to be able to get a new webcam because the one you have on your brand new computer is a piece of shit?" And he said, "Yeah, I planned on it, but now there's no need to." I said, "Why is that?" He said, "You won't believe what happened." So how long have you had that computer?
About a year and a half, 2 years.
All right. He said that, he tried cleaning it several times, and then he realized that there was some plastic film on it that they use to protect the electronics when they ship it.
We recorded the whole fucking show.
All right.
Oh, fuck.
All right, let's
get
back
to... So it looks good
now.
That's good. Oh, fuck. All right. Right in the middle of the story.
So what I wanted to say was, I don't know when the last time you've had interactions with the cops, but I've had several. Not recently, but in my life I've had more than one, let's say. And I've been served warrants. They come to the house, knock, you open it up, and they're standing there. And I can't just imagine walking to the door naked and sweaty, holding my stomach and saying, "Whatever you find in my room isn't real."
Naked and sweaty. That's the best part.
Listen, I got a sex doll in there, but it's made out of human flesh.
I got it on the internet. It's not real.
Never mind the load on the garbage can. I'm saving that for later. And I got to take a shit. Listen, I got diarrhea really bad.
I saw a rat, dog shit on the floor,
And I got diarrhea.
and I got diarrhea.
But just remember, when you go in there, it's not real. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here.
Mom, why'd you call the cops?
If your mom called the cops on you because she feels a smell in your room, that's fucking horrible.
All right. Go on. All right. So
I think I'm done reading this story. That's all there is to it, right?
no.
Oh wait, no, there is more. I'm sorry. When police took a closer look at Clendine's body, they said they found a large laceration across her midsection and that several of her internal organs were missing. They said they found them outside in a garbage can adjacent to her home. Those aren't real either. Jerome Wright was arrested last March and charged with aggravated battery against Clendine. He was on probation when police found her decomposed body. He was on probation for beating her up. Fuck, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. John said sperm on the lens. Fuck you, John.
All right. And, so if John ever has anything of value to add, then go ahead and feel free to read it. But other than that, I don't give a shit.
Like I said, fuck you, John. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for all your help, John. I don't want this to turn into the John show. So can you imagine like being so fucking horny and
Yes, I'm with you so far.
okay. Could you fuck a sex doll?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yeah, why not?
Like-
I haven't, but I could. I mean, if I had one.
So like okay, so I'm talking about not the real dolls. I'm talking about just the one you blow up and it goes like
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. What's the problem? What's the problem?
well, fuck, I didn't really think that somebody could get aroused enough to fucking do that, but
Well, you never been aroused by thinking of something before. You don't have to look. You don't have to look at the sex doll and be aroused by it. You can be aroused by what's in your head. No.
no, that's fine. I was just gonna try to take the conversation somewhere, but I have
So
a feeling.
no, I'm good. Yeah, I want to know. You wouldn't fuck a sex doll? I'm
don't
the
think I
pervert
could.
here.
I don't think I
you
could.
could?
No.
Well, you're too fucking good. Too fucking good to fuck a sex doll.
Yes, I guess. You're gonna try to make me
Yes.
feel guilty for that?
Absolutely, I am. You're the weird one.
So it really sounds like you are just okay with sticking your dick in anything. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. Yes. As long as it's clean. Yeah. What's the problem? Semi clean. We'll go semi clean. What difference does it make?
You are fucking weird, man.
What? How is that weird? What the fuck? What? How is that weird?
I will stick my dick in anything that's semi-clean. You don't think that sounds weird?
No, not at all. Why?
So what? Soap and water on a tree stump, and you'll be okay with that?
Oh, that'd be too rough. I wouldn't do that. It's gotta at least be soft.
So what if you bore a hole into it and you put a pocket pussy in it? Would you fuck a tree stump then?
Yeah, for sure.
I want to see.
not?
I want to see that. I can't help it. I want to see that.
You want to see me fucking tree stump?
I'm all in on this. I will go in on the pay-per-view on this.
If you know what, if we can put it on pay-per-view and make money, I'll do it.
All right. So here's the real test then. Do you have a fleshlight?
No.
Would you fuck one?
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Would you fuck one if I held it?
No. That's where I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to do that.
I'm gonna find this threshold so that we're gonna keep going with
All
this.
right. Okay.
Would you fuck one if a horse's ass held it?
No.
What if it was
Gay.
What if it was in an 82-year-old woman's pussy? Would you fuck it then?
If she was hot.
82. There is no such thing.
There's some. Are you kidding me? Come on. Betty White looks all right. How old Betty White? She looks okay.
So if the pocket pussy was inserted in Betty White's puss, you would then fuck it. You're okay with that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and I'm the weird one.
What? That'd have to be a huge fucking pussy. Why can't I just fuck Betty White? What's wrong with that?
Because that's not the conversation that we're having. Why can't I?
Does it make it any different?
Yes, because I really thought the answer would be no, I wouldn't fuck Betty White. So that's why I thought if you had
Would you fuck Betty White?
No.
Why?
What the? Because I'm not attracted to her. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Neither am I. I'm just saying, if you just,
she was asking
if
for
the
it.
situation came up, if the situation arose, if there was ever a chance where I could fuck Betty White, you asked. I'm not like saying, hey, I'm going to go after Betty White, but you said an 82-year-old woman. I don't know how old Betty White is, but if you,
it's weird. Are you just saying this shit to try to be funny?
Kinda. I wouldn't fuck Betty White. That's kind of nasty.
What do you got against Betty White? She's an American fucking legend.
Oh, what an asshole. So I wouldn't. There's nothing wrong with a fleshlight, right? But I wouldn't be able to fuck a fleshlight that you were holding because you're there. I'm looking at you. My dick ain't gonna get hard.
You fucking bigot.
No, not because you're a guy. Just you.
All right. So we are gonna reach out and find out. Dave, the producer. We need to borrow you for a minute. Need you to. All you have to do is go like this. Just hold your hand up, and Anthony's gonna pump the shit out of that.
Yeah. So let's set up some kind of a GoFundMe or something. If you want to watch me fuck a tree stump.
That's our $100 tier.
No, I'm gonna need more than that.
You get to give Anthony a hand job.
Oh well, $50. I mean, that's
all right.
David, the producer, said I'm in.
All
Perfect.
Right. I'm gonna do this one here. This is from the LA Times. It says American television producer jailed for trying to overthrow Zimbabwe's President Mugabe with a tweet. All right.
Isn't Mugabe the guy from Zoolander?
Coming to America, I think.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Zimbabwean police on Friday jailed and charged U.S. human rights activist and television producer Martha O'Donovan for attempting to overthrow the government of President Robert Mugabe. Isn't that it, Mugabe?
I thought that was the guy from Zoolander.
All right.
Fucking Will Ferrell, right?
By allegedly sending out a tweet deemed to be offensive, according to lawyers. Police raided her apartment in the Zimbabwean capital, Harare, around 5 a.m. and took her to the Harare Central Police Station. She was charged in the late afternoon. Police claimed O'Donovan had tweeted, "We are being led by a selfish man and a sick man." That's what she tweeted. That was it.
That's all she tweeted. She's in jail.
And charged her under the country's repressive laws. The charge was much more serious than the charge initially anticipated by her lawyers, a charge of insulting the dignity of the president. What is that noise?
I thought it was on your end.
Fuck, you got fucking birds in there? You got somebody held captive under there?
I thought it was on your end. It's not me.
All right. So Mugabe, I can't get that out of my head. Mugabe, 92, is in frail health, frequently seen sleeping in international meetings, and often traveling overseas for medical treatment. Despite his frailty, the president intends to seek re-election in the 2018 elections.
92.
So what I wanted to say is with all the bullshit going on with Trump and with everything else, we have the freedom to say whatever we want, short of talking about right. Short of yelling fire in a theater, but we can say fuck President Trump. He's doing a shitty job, and he's taking us down the rabbit hole of a certain nuclear death, and nothing's going to happen to us.
Yes.
Hopefully. But then in this country here, if you just say we're being led by a repressive government, they fucking lock you up. I don't think that we are. I think we take for granted how good our country is. You as well. I pulled this specifically for you because you always say "fuck America" and "fuck the troops." So.
What the fuck? Never in my life have I said fuck America or fuck the troops. Ever.
Well, this story wouldn't have as much zing. Take one for the team, man. The story wouldn't have as much team.
Take one for the team. This whole episode has been about tearing me down. Fucking flashlight in your fucking face.
Okay, are you down?
I'm down.
It's not gay for me. I'm just holding the fucking flashlight in my mouth. I've done that before trying to work on something in the dark.
Just pretend like you're working on something in the dark.
This spare tire is just fucking the shit out of my face.
How does every episode goes back to being gay? Somehow gay. It's me and you looking at each other on a webcam, talking to each other, talking about gay shit all the fucking time.
Well, go on.
Go on. So Doug says fuck the troops and fuck America.
No, that ain't true at all. I labeled this one Virginia chainsaw massacre. A Virginia man attacked his elderly wife with a hatchet and then committed suicide with a chainsaw Wednesday, police said. All right. That's funny, man.
All right. That's it? That's the whole thing?
The chaos unfolded when the man, 70, assaulted his wife, 76,
70 years old,
in the foyer of their Springfield home shortly before 3:30 p.m. during a squabble, cops said. An adult family member arrived at the home during the attack and was unable to open the front door, so she pushed the door in, according to authorities. The relative managed to rescue the woman and left the home, but the man followed the pair outside where a struggle ensued over the hatchet. After 911 was called, the man eventually returned home and shut the door. Responding officers found the man lying in a pool of blood in the garage with serious injuries from a chainsaw. He was rushed to the area hospital where he later died. So do you think that this is like, I assume they've been married for like 50 years, and he's like, you know what? I'm just going to eat this fucking chainsaw before I have to put up with any more of this fucking cunt shit.
Yes, that's exactly what I think. But he should have turned the chainsaw on her and the hatchet on himself. Don't you think?
No, fuck. Have you ever given any thought to suicide?
Yeah.
Even as a kid.
Yeah.
I went through that period in my life. I mean, I don't know that we can make, I don't know if this is going to be funny, but.
Oh, hilarious.
I had thought about it there for a while. And
I think if you don't think about it, you're not thinking clearly. This world is fucked.
But the last thing that I thought would be like, I'm going to end my life and do it with a hatchet.
The old butter knife. I'm going to stab myself in the leg with a butter knife until I die.
But whatever this guy, he was 70, right? Yeah. So either he had dementia or he was just a tough motherfucker, man. Because you try to kill yourself with a chainsaw, that's fucking hardcore.
That's fucking hard. Yeah.
I think as the kids say, that is metal. That is fucking tough as shit.
The kids like 30 years ago said that. Now they just say, that's cool, dog.
Nope.
Nope. John said that, I'm not going to lie, your gayness is uncomfortable. I think he's talking to you.
Well, then we got to switch positions. I don't care. Fuck me.
If I ever kill myself, I don't know. It wouldn't be with a chainsaw, I'll tell you that. It'd be with the exhaust out of the car, or I can just go to sleep.
Yeah, I would do it the easiest way possible. I mean,
yeah.
The last thing I want to do is fucking butcher myself with a chainsaw.
and then live through it. That's the worst part. You might live through it.
Fucking waterboard myself.
I thought we were gonna get you waterboarded. I thought that was part of the show.
Yeah, we were gonna, and then I moved. I ran away.
Oh.
So this article is, I think this article, as I read it, you're going to realize that it's highly skewed towards the right, I guess. But I know you had to have heard something about it. So it's about the NFL players kneeling, going back to that. And Papa John's coming out and saying that the NFL allowing the players to kneel has like cut down their profits because they're the official pizza of the NFL or something. You hear anything about that? All right.
Other than the article you sent,
All right. So
I just read the article.
The NFL is out of control, and clearly Roger Goodell is in way over his head. A rational leader would have fined and suspended players who refuse to take 2 minutes out of their day to at least pretend to show respect for our country before making millions to play a game.
That whole article starts the whole thing off on the wrong fucking foot with me. I just want to say fuck you after reading that. You know?
I said it's obviously skewed. I mean, this is probably whatever. Roger didn't do that. Instead, he buckled and did nothing because he didn't want liberals to be mad at him. That decision cost a lot of people a lot of money. When fans started tuning out, it wasn't just the owners who took a hit. Companies involved with the NFL are suffering. The other day, Papa John's took a huge hit, and the founder of the company was not shy about pointing a finger at the NFL. The net worth of John Schneider, founder and CEO of pizza chain Papa John's, fell $70 million in less than 24 hours after the company released its third quarter financial report on Tuesday afternoon. The business beat estimates on earnings and revenue, but it lowered guidance on some store sales for the coming period. Investors were not pleased with that news and sent shares down 11% to blah, 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 whatever. All this really means is Papa John's pizza sucks. I don't know why anybody – I mean, I could give a fuck what they say. I don't care. If Papa John's wants to blame their shitty revenue on the NFL allowing football players to kneel from the national anthem, which was only brought up into the NFL like 20 years ago by the government who paid the NFL because they wanted to give the idea that being patriotic and sports go hand in hand. Yeah, I'm all for it. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck. Fuck.
Fuck them. So I think this sort of sums it up right here. They're talking about at least pretend to show respect for our country, blah, blah, blah. And then it goes on to say that decision costs a lot of people a lot of money. That's the key issue right there. They don't give a fuck about patriotism. They don't give a fuck about our country. That decision costs a lot of people a lot of money. The whole thing is about money. So just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but so you're sitting there and you're saying, so the whole thing of the national anthem and being involved in sports, right? So these guys, it's their job. That is a true statement. They get paid to go play football.
Sure.
I have a job. I'm not I'm not forced to stand up and do the national anthem before I go to work every day.
You should be though.
But so why is it okay to expect these guys to have to stand up before they go to work every day? The national anthem isn't for the athletes; it's for the spectators. That's why it was in. That's why the government paid the NFL to do it.
Sure.
Was to give the impression of patriotism sweeping the nation, and that's what it was for.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So, who gives a fuck what the football players do? I don't care. If they go out and perform like they're supposed to perform, which I assume means catch the ball and kick the ball and throw the ball and run the ball, and they're doing that, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. So you had that one guy, Kelly Kapowski. He decided he wasn't going to do it, and he was an asshole. And now it's a year later, 2 years later. I don't even know how long ago that fucking happened. And now Little League games and shit, that you got people kneeling and shit for. That's great. That's, I think, what he wanted. He got. He wanted to bring bring the views to the rest of the world or whatever, that he didn't like the way black people were being treated in America. With the sense, what?
I understand what you're saying, and I guess I understand what he was doing, but Where's the connection?
To what?
Kneeling during the national anthem and senseless violence against black people. Where's the connection?
So to me, the connection is the national anthem is an anthem nationally. Am I right so far?
I can't argue with that.
All right. So you stand for a sign of respect, right? So have you ever had a foreign dignitary come into your house?
Yep. President Mugabe or whatever, Mugabe.
He's so hot right now.
I know. No, I never have.
See, I forgot. Sometimes I forget that I'm talking to a common person. But so, no. So you get to you stand for showing your respect for the country that you live in, right?
Okay, yeah, I can understand that.
I don't agree
with that. I don't agree with it, but yeah, sure.
You don't agree with what?
I think it's retarded.
So you've been to a baseball game before, right?
No.
Not even a kid's game? Have you ever been anywhere where they play the national anthem?
Do they play it at the hockey game? That's the only time I've ever been to a hockey game once, I think. I think sports are dumb, dude. I'm not going to pay money to go watch other people play a game. That's stupid.
Harlem Globetrotters. You ever seen that?
Oh, man, I would love to. No, I never have.
What the fuck you've never been anywhere where they play the national anthem?
Not that I remember.
I can't even. You know what? I'm not even going to talk about it anymore. Anyway.
You're a tool.
That's fine. I'm a tool. You're the one living in a fucking basement.
That's fine. I'm living in a basement. How does that stop your conversation? Go. Talk. You don't get what you want, so you just stop talking like a little fucking 5-year-old.
It's because there's no talking to you. Okay, so I'll ask now, right? So when you decide to take your kids somewhere and they play the national anthem, and everybody else stands up, what will you sit or stand?
Well, I'd probably stand, I guess. I don't
Why?
know. It's stupid, but
right,
because everybody else is doing it. I'm a pussy.
Right,
Which
so,
I think is why 90% of the people do it.
Fine, but that's all I was getting at, and so. It's been instilled in our head, just like when you were a kid and you did the Pledge of Allegiance. You didn't do that sitting down.
No.
You stood up to show respect, right?
Right.
Okay.
I stood up because I was supposed to. I didn't stand up, say, I'm 8 years old thinking, I better show respect.
You're making this conversation harder than it needs to be. The reason why people stand up is to show respect.
Okay.
As a kid, we were all forced to stand up to show respect, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So I didn't even know that I was showing respect. All I knew is that I wasn't sitting down because I was told I had to stand up. But as you get older, it goes into it to where you now know why you are standing up.
Right. Okay.
Fuck. I don't even remember the question. Fuck it. I don't care. I'm going on to the next thing. That's fine. So I went outside and smoked a cigarette. It's like 72 degrees here. It's fucking, and I'm holed up in this fucking room. Fucking beautiful.
It's like 35 degrees outside and rainy.
So anyway, I was out there smoking a cigarette. My daughter came out and I told her, I said, after I get done recording, we're going to go to the grocery store. I feel like I want to cook a big meal.
You need a meal after this shit.
No, I want like steak and potatoes and vegetables and all kinds of shit. But so I don't even know if I told you or not, but my daughter's a vegetarian.
Oh, no, you didn't.
And I can't argue for the reason why she's doing it. She doesn't want to contribute to the death of any animals. That's, if there's any, she loves meat. She constantly talks about she wants meat, but she doesn't want to contribute to. So she feels that if she goes and eats a hamburger, then enough times another cow will die. Because right,
that's a lot of hamburgers, right?
No,
I understand.
It's simple supply and demand, and if she feels that she lowers the demand, then the supply will lower.
Yeah, but when you think about it, really, what's a cow? Come on, it's just. Seriously, it's a fucking cow. Anyways,
so I've asked her. So what? How long do you plan on doing this? And she said, until I feel I've made a difference. Okay, that's noble. The problem with it is every day she talks about, God, I want a hamburger.
So I can say the same thing. I haven't eaten meat in like 3 hours. I've made a difference.
So what I told her when I was out there talking to her, I said, how about this? All right, for 2 days, I'll be a vegetarian. I will not eat any meat, and then you can eat whatever meat you want. So then the
It
demand
cancels each. You are such a nice guy. It cancels each other out.
So in my mind, if that's the only reason that she's doing it, then it makes sense, right? But she said, no, I can't do that. I said, why not? She said, because I'm scared that I'll just go crazy with it. And I said, what, like go out to a farm and just start gutting cows? And...
I'm going to have 6 cows today. I'll just go crazy with it.
But you want to talk about something that is a pain in the ass. It's having a daughter who is a vegetarian.
That'd be horrible.
Because, so now I'm conscious of where we go out to eat at or what we have for supper.
Yeah.
And I want to do
When did she start this?
5 months ago.
Okay.
It was before we moved.
Okay.
And, it used to be just a pain in the ass because I would say, all right, so we're out driving around doing whatever. And then all right, we're going to stop and get something to eat. And we'd go somewhere and she wouldn't say anything. And we'd sit down.
Yeah.
And she'd say, it's like, honey, do you know what you're going to get? There's nothing I can eat here.
Fuck.
So
that just makes it worse. I'll just have water.
So, I want to go to a steakhouse. That's, and it's like, do you have anything for a vegetarian? They're all back just shooting cows.
So you got a cow on your plate, a whole cow. You got anything for vegetarians? Nope.
But, I'm proud of her because she decided to do something.
Sure.
And she's not taking the easy way. But she's in that category of, I don't know if she's considered a millennial or she's too young. She's 18. But she's in that category where there's as many types of vegetarians as there is genders.
Are you serious?
I am. Yeah. So she is.
How's that work?
So I can look it up real quick, but she is the type of vegetarian that can eat eggs and drink milk.
I thought that was just a regular vegetarian, and if you couldn't eat eggs or milk, that's vegan.
No, but so she can't eat Parmesan cheese, but she can eat all other types of cheese.
Is that really a thing?
Yes, because according to what she's told me, there's a harm that comes to animals to render whatever it is that goes in, one of the ingredients that goes into Parmesan cheese.
Wood pulp? That's all they put in Parmesan cheese is just wood chips.
I don't know that that's true. Allegedly. We don't need the Parmesan cheese moguls coming after us. After all the shit that this show's been through, the last thing we need is to be taken down by the Parmesan big cheese.
Big cheese. the Parmesan cheese industrial complex. If we go down, that's how I want it to go. I want somebody knocking on my door. You can't talk about big cheese.
And you open the door and it's Mayor McCheese. Wood chippers, huh? Yeah, you're going in the fucking wood chipper.
Oh.
But anyway, like I said, I'm happy she's doing it only because she's found something to stand for, and she doesn't judge anybody else that chooses to eat meat or anything. She just doesn't want to be part of harming animals. Which
good. So she's a good vegetarian. That's how vegetarians should be. Eat whatever you want and leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Cool. I agree with that 100%.
She actually said, she was telling me that she found herself. She was talking to some people at school, and she started realizing that she was having thoughts of they're sitting there eating that meat, and then how pretentious that sounded. And this is all her own words.
Yeah. That's awesome. Good. At least she's self-aware.
All right. This is from WQAD, which is local to Anthony.
Local to me.
And I put this on there, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Apparently,
But it's local to me, but it's out of Florida.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Fort Myers, Florida. Sheriff's deputy arrested a woman outside a Florida middle school after he allegedly spotting her chopping up and using cocaine while waiting in the parent pickup line Tuesday. The Lee County deputy said he was patrolling Lexington Middle School just before 4 p.m. when he saw 39-year-old Christina Hester snort the drug off the... Why is that highlight? Why is there a link for snort the drug? Do you have that?
Yeah, I'm clicking on it.
It
Links back to this article.
it just links to
It links back to this article. Woman arrested for snorting cocaine in school pickup line on Fox News. Why the fuck would they do that?
The deputy took Hester to his office where he arrested her. A field test later determined that half a gram of white powder found in her purse was cocaine, according to WFTX. Hester has been charged with cocaine possession of drug paraphernalia. It wasn't immediately clear if Hester has a child attending the school.
So immediately you can say, hey, you got a kid going here? That's immediate. You got a kid that goes here? Because if you don't, that kid's still waiting to be picked up.
So again, I'd love to talk to this person. Like, I mean, was she doing it? You know, like where she didn't think anybody could see her, or was she just like?
Isn't cocaine a party drug? I mean, I've never done cocaine, so isn't that for partying?
Or it's just an upper, or if you have kids that are fucking assholes, you might want to.
My kid's an asshole. I'm going to snort some coke.
You know, I've been in some high stress situations, especially here lately with work and everything. I don't know that I have ever been under duress enough that I'm like, I need to do a line right here
off my fucking iPhone screen.
It'd be great.
What do you mean you don't eat meat?
It'd be better if she did a line off her kid. You know, like. You know how you have somebody
parted her hair right down the middle of her hair.
You have somebody bend over and you sign a piece of paper on their back.
That'd be awesome. Oh my god, that's fucking horrible. Oh shit. So this next one that you put on there, I'm pretty sure you put this one on there. This sex state troopers.
Sex buyers?
Click on it, you stupid. Yeah, why won't it let me click on it? Uh-oh.
No, I got it.
There we go. I got it.
So here's something I don't understand, and this happens ever since we've been using this board.
Yeah.
We don't know which one of us put it up there. It was fucking less than 5 days ago because that's when the board was created.
That's great. I think I've read a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times I'll see an article that you put up and I'm like, oh, I already read that or some version of that. You know what I mean?
All right. A state trooper. Is there a headline? Am I just jumping right? Let me just start right in the middle of the Cook County, Illinois Sheriff.
Just start right in the middle.
Pasture state trooper among 1,000 arrested in sex trafficking operation. All right. A pastor, a state trooper, and a convicted sex offender were among 1,000 people arrested in a month-long period trying to sell or buy sex across the country. The arrests were part of the National John Suppression Initiative, a series of stings aimed at reducing sex trafficking in the United States. During the sting operation from June 28th until Monday, authorities cracked down on 3 Illinois brothels and arrested a convicted child molester in Seattle. The most arrests were in Harris County, Texas, and in Texas, and Seattle, with 170 and 160 arrests, respectively. Cook County, Illinois Sheriff Thomas J. Dart, the driving force behind the operation, said 37 law enforcement agencies across 17 states rescued 81 adult and juvenile victims. All right. I'm going to get through it before I start ranting, but that's one of the things. At least 1,020 sex buyers were arrested, and 15 people faced trafficking-related charges, he said. In Arizona, officials said more than 400 people were discouraged from buying sex when they received texts, calls, or web browser redirects informing them about the impact of the illegal sex industry. Bullshit.
Yeah. I got a text message that said, don't buy sex. Huh, crazy. I better not, I guess.
Dart announced Thursday that his office will begin efforts to create a public database that lists sex buyers who are caught for a second or subsequent time. The National John Suppression Initiative operations have led to the arrest of nearly 8,000 sex buyers since 2011. All right. Where do we fucking start with this piece of shit?
Oh, God.
Why? So I understand the argument. The one thing I'm passionate about is that prostitution should be legal, apparently.
Me too. I think I agree with you 100%. I understand the part about like trafficking where you're forcing these women into it or forcing kids into it. I get that's terrible. But I would say that most of the time, that's not the case.
So I don't know what the stats are.
It's like 99% are not forced into it. I just looked it up right now.
Allegedly. The last thing we need is big sex to take our...
We're going to get big sex and big cheese. They're taking us down. Big sex.
So I hate to steal from a comedian, but I think George Carlin said it best, and I heard this back 15 years ago, and it's always stuck with me. Why is selling legal and fucking is legal, but why is selling fucking illegal? And what doesn't make sense is if you go up to a girl in a bar and say, I'll give you $50 for a blowjob, and she says, okay, that is illegal, and you can go to jail for that.
Right.
But if you go up to a girl and say, hey, let's go out to eat, and you spend $50 and pay for her meal, and then you get a blowjob, perfectly acceptable. That blows my fucking mind.
Or if you say, hey, suck my cock while I film it, and I'll give you $50, good to go. We're good to go. All you got to do is film it, and you're fucking good.
So is that true? If let's say you were caught up in one of these sting operations.
Yeah.
Right? And you were going to get a hooker, and she says, all right, this is undercover. You're busted, whatever the fuck they do. And you said, no, I'm a porn producer, and here's $50. Would that get you?
Here's $50. After the fact, here's $50. No, I think that the way it works is that you're not actually the way they get around the loophole is you're not paying for the sex. You're paying for her services as an actress.
Okay, so let's say that you pull up to an undercover cop.
Yeah.
And she is trolling for Johns to try to arrest.
Yes. Sure.
And you pull up to her and she says, hey, honey, want to party? And you say, I'm wanting to film a porn and I'll give you $50 to be an actress in it.
Yes.
Is that solicitation of a prostitute?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not a fucking lawyer. Don't listen to me. I'm not a fucking lawyer.
I'm writing it down right now just in case that...
Yes, do that. Just that's your defense every time. Carry a video camera.
Fuck, everybody's got a camera on their cell phone. That's your get out of jail free card for fucking.
That's right. How is it? Oh God, that just makes me so mad because what the people they bust usually are just lonely losers that just want to. I mean, God, they just want to stick their dick in something that isn't fake. You know what I mean? And
I think we talked about this.
Jail. Yeah, when I fuck a prostitute, you know.
Yeah, it's weird. So, but I can understand the angle that prostitution. So if you made it legal across the United States, then okay. So it's legal in Las Vegas or in Nevada, not Las Vegas, but
there's a couple of counties in Nevada.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, do you think that there's a huge child sex ring where they're carting all these underage sex slaves into them counties in Nevada? No. You know why?
So it's legal in. It's being a streetwalker still isn't legal. You can't just.
So I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying where they've made it legal, in the places they've made it legal. Do you think that we are carting in all kinds of sex slaves into them counties? And the answer is no.
Oh, absolutely not.
Because it is so governed and controlled. you know when you go there and fuck one of them, you're going to be clean. You know that because they get tested every fucking week or twice a week or whatever it is.
Yep.
They know they're safe. Right?
Yeah, there's not pimps. I mean,
there are
traditional sense. There are, but not really, you know. Not like a big dude that's going to whoop your ass, you know what I mean? Bitch better have my money.
Oh, you mean black.
No, dog. That's racist, man.
Mang.
Come on, man. So, I don't even think it should be regulated. I think if a woman wakes up in the morning and says, you know what? I'm going to sell my ass today. Who am I to say no? It's your ass. Sell it.
So I agree with you that it shouldn't be regulated, but where I have a problem with it is, so whether you regulate it or don't regulate it or whatever, there's going to be fucking assholes that go out there and kidnap kids and sell them into the sex slave industry for people that like to fuck kids.
Right.
So that's what you should be targeting. You shouldn't be targeting the guy that lives with his mom who is socially awkward and wants to have sex.
Yes. And that's what they target with these stupid fucking operations where they send these women out on the streets to pretend to be prostitutes. That's fucking horrible. They should be ashamed of themselves.
Do you think that any kids have been saved because of these text notifications that have been sent out to that
I'm going to say no.
Right. So they're doing
You know what? Just to make myself feel better, I'm going to say yes. Lots.
The only thing they're doing is making themselves feel better, ruining marriages, ruining people's lives. Now they're creating this fucking list of people, you know, so that's just another way of tracking. And the way that the sexual predators list has turned into this thing that it doesn't matter why you're on the list. You know, there's people that I've worked with that they were 18 and dating somebody that's 17, and then the relationship turned south, and then the 17-year-old's parents turned him in for statutory rape.
Yeah.
And he's treated the same as somebody that goes out and kidnaps kids and fucking rapes them. He's treated the same way.
Exactly. And it's not right. I mean,
and then the shit that happens now where just like what we talked about last week with it's okay to have sex with somebody in these certain states or whatever at this age limit, but they can't send you a picture of themselves naked because then that's sexual or
child pornography.
Child pornography.
Yeah.
But you can fuck them legally. You just can't have a picture of them. It's it all gets convoluted and God, it's fucking stupid. God, but whatever.
But whatever. At least we got that problem solved.
I want to run for fucking president. I think
you should run for city council of North Carolina. Is that a thing? North Carolina City Council.
And my first thing is going to make prostitution legal here.
Yes, just in your county. Hey, you could be. Yeah, you should do that. Think about the money you could bring into your county.
Not if you eat where you work or whatever the fuck they.
What? You never shit where you eat. Not if you eat where you work. Same thing, right? Not if you eat where you work. That was pretty funny. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. So I found this. It's not really I mean, it's an article, but it's not really a story, I guess. But I don't know if you saw this or not. But it's titled, "My Pee Hole is in the Wrong Place and Other Penis Problems You Can Be Born With." Did you see that?
Go ahead. Yeah, penis problems.
Penis problems.
My pee hole is in the wrong place.
So it's the condition: penile testicular agenesis. Penile agenesis is the absence of the shaft altogether, so it looks like a smooth bump with a wrinkly scrotum hanging below.
I think I've got this. Hold on.
Men with penile agenesis don't produce the reproductive hormone at any point in their life, and thus they fail to mature through puberty. So basically what this is, it tells what it is, what it looks like, what it does, and then how they fix it. So I'll just go through these real quick. That was the first one, is penile testicular agenesis. The next one is what's that?
Read the article.
The fix?
No. The paragraph above the first one that you just read.
Unless you go looking for it, it's easy to live in the dark as to what other types of dicks out there are what other types of dicks are out there. In fact, all sorts of shapes and sizes of dicks can be handed to you at your birth in the great dick lottery. Bent dicks, double dicks, inside out dicks, chief among them. Isn't that a vagina? but for some, those dicks come with serious problems. So let's take a look at all the different types of difficult dicks together.
You ever seen From Dusk Till Dawn?
Yes.
Pussy, pussy, pussy. We got every pussy, tight pussy. Bent dicks, double dicks, inside out dicks.
I love it. Wasn't that Cheech? Or was
Yeah.
that Chong?
Cheech.
Diphalia, one dick plus another dick right next to it. So like this podcast. Some diphalic men may have two penises of normal size, while others may have one or both that are small or malformed. I just have one that's small. Do I have this? Though you can consider to be ambidextrous, that's a stupid joke.
That's
Diphilia
funny.
does come with a handful of other downsides, including increased risk of spinal bifida. That's not funny. And a higher mortality rate due to infections in the more complex renal and colorectal systems. There is one reported case of a dude with two functioning penises and very few complications. And his AMA on Reddit is 10,000% worth your time. I was this close to pulling that AMA up for the show, but I got distracted and didn't do it. So maybe next time.
Didn't we talk about this? Being born with two dicks? Yeah,
we did.
That buddy of yours.
Yeah, he sent that in with the two-headed chick, remember? Yeah. So we were on to something here. Webbed penis. Picture your ball sack not ending at the base of your shaft, but instead extending down the shaft towards the head, not unlike a turkey's waddle. God, that would be horrible.
It depends how far down it went. I think it would be kind of neat.
I think it would be kind of neat. Neato. Gobble, 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 gobble. That would be horrible.
You whip it out at Thanksgiving and...
Oh, and this one is Peyronie's disease. Instead of aiming straight like an arrow or even curving just a little, the penis will dogleg severely left, right, or up, down in the middle of the shaft. Affecting roughly 5% of the male population and often due to injury or trauma later in life rather than something men are born with. It's way funnier if you're born with it.
Hey, so, out of all of them that we've read so far, I would assume that somebody that listens to this show has one of them.
Yeah.
I would have to assume.
This one's
bet one?
probably the... Yeah, I would think, right? I mean,
Yeah, but that's just broken dick. It says that's, I could imagine getting that as a kid when you're jerking off and then somebody walks in and you hurry up and flip over and break your dick on the bed or something. But like the gobble gobble one, I would like...
The gobble gobble one.
If you've got a gobble gobble dick and you listen, I please call the voicemail.
Nope, send us a picture. Fuck the voicemail, unless you're going to flap your dick on the voicemail. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Penoscrotal transposition. Imagine your penis and scrotum get flipped, or that your scrotum is basically anywhere but where it should be.
He's a Balchinian.
Though extremely rare, a penoscrotal transposition can compared with gastrointestinal abnormalities. That doesn't really go into a whole lot of detail on that one, but I guess you don't need a whole lot of detail. Hypospadias.
The funny thing about that would be, so you grow up, and let's say your balls are 6 inches above your shaft, like right between your shaft and your belly button. So, you're going to school every day, and your parents don't want you to feel odd, so they don't tell you that you're weird. So you're just walking around with your balls hanging out of your waistband.
Yeah, I do that anyways. What's the problem?
God, that would be weird.
Oh my God. Hypospadias. In most cases, you've got a normal looking penis. Only the pee hole is in the wrong place. At the bottom of the head, or in severe cases along the side of the shaft. God, that would be horrible. Like a hole in the side of a hose.
That would be awesome. I would want that.
You would?
Yeah.
On the side?
I would like to pick like at the end of my finger. So if I could just...
Don't think that's how it works.
If I could just like point at the toilet, and then, you're just sitting there peeing into the toilet.
Here, let me stir your drink for you. Oh my God.
It would suck if it was if your pee hole was right at the base pointing straight up. So you would have to stand on your head to go piss.
It'd be even better if it was in your butthole, so you pee and poop at the same time.
What if it was in the roof of your mouth?
No, what if your butthole was in your pee hole? So you poop turds out of your butthole, out of your pee hole. Wait, I'm confused. Did you say the roof of your mouth? Every time you piss all over your tongue. Oh my God. Cordy? Some kind of dog. Unlike Peyronie's disease, where the shaft is bent in the middle, Cordy is a condition in which only the head bends upward or downwards. What the fuck? In mild cases, Cordy is merely a cosmetic issue. You just have a tilted helmet.
It's like a little British boy, like, good day, mate.
Good day.
Hello, governor. I'm picturing a picture of a World War II soldier with his hat tilted to the side,
Hello, governor. I love it. All right, here's where we get into what I've got. Microphallus. Exactly what you'd expect. An abnormally tiny penis. That's the whole description. And it says what it does. A microphallus is caused by an infantile hormonal or testosterone deficiency and can lead to a condition called hypogonadotrophic hypogonadism gonorrhea. That may result in delayed or absent puberty, low libido, and infertility. So I got that, just so you know. Just so everybody knows. Oh, no, wait. This is the one I've got. Sorry. I was confused.
No,
buried penis.
Yeah, I can relate to this.
A normal sized penis buried below the flab of stomach fat. That's the one I got. There are two forms of buried penis. Go ahead.
All right. So while I am fat, I don't have that. So when you see somebody that they tighten their belt up,
yeah,
and then it's like they've got a whole nother stomach under their belt that sticks out.
Yes.
All right. So I don't have that, but I think
good.
that's what they're talking about here, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I would have to guess. Yeah.
What I've got is since I started gaining weight, since before after high school and everything, as my body goes out, it expands. My dick goes like that. So I have the ability, so when I get hard, it's back to normal size again. But if it's cold out and I've just eaten, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's like a little button.
Like a little button. Oh, how cute. Cute as a button.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
All right.
Oh, yeah, so cute. Oh, that was the last one. I didn't realize that was the last one.
The man who lost his penis to obesity. Fuck off.
Oh god.
So I don't know if I want to do this officially or what, but Dave over on Bad Cop Bad Cop. So if you guys haven't listened to that yet, please go over there and listen to it. They are fucking hysterical. But he's in a diet or doing a diet right now.
Yeah.
I was thinking about challenging him to like a weight loss competition, but I'm hesitant to do it.
Why?
Well, because it would be embarrassing if I lost.
All right.
But I was thinking like a percentage, like a percentage of your total weight over 2 months. Whoever loses the highest percentage.
Is he large?
Well, I think he's a little overweight, but he's like 6'4" or some shit. So.
Oh. All right.
No, he's not like all pudgy and bloated like I am.
Oh, pudgy. All pudgy.
I
love
can
that word.
I can take a shit and lose fucking 10% of my body weight on any given time, so I got a head start. But anyway, I don't know.
Oh shit.
What else we got here?
So I put on here a note for myself. Informed consent. Do you know what? Or affirmative consent. I'm sorry. Have you ever heard of affirmative consent?
I'm guessing that's where you have to have somebody sign something to.
Not exactly. So in California, they are teaching as part of their sex education curriculum. They just passed this law that you have to get affirmative consent to have sex. And the way they're teaching it is that every 10 minutes you have to ask if what you're doing is okay. And everything that you do, you have to ask if that is okay. If you are sitting next to somebody, can I put my arm around you? Yes. Can I kiss you? Yes. And you have to have they're teaching yes means yes instead of they're trying to prevent rape by reclassifying everything as rape or sexual assault. And it's just crazy to me. I mean, they're teaching this to 10-year-old kids, and the article that I read, I should have linked it, but I didn't. The article was the kids were confused, so what we have to ask every 10 minutes during a sexual encounter if what we're doing is okay and if we can keep continuing what we're doing. And it seems so anti-human nature, right?
Well, so I think that this obviously is a fake article because I don't know of any sexual things that last 10 minutes that you have to worry about.
Perfect. Out of all the angles we could have taken, I did. That was the one I wasn't ready for. Perfect. Oh, that's great.
Is it okay if I put my arm around you? Yes. Is it okay if I kiss you? Yes. Is it okay?
Was that okay? Was it okay that I just came in my pants? Would it be okay if you washed them and made me a sandwich?
Well,
shit.
fuck. All right.
I think that covers everything on our list, unless you got something else. Go to our website and subscribe on iTunes. Leave us a review. We don't have enough reviews. Somebody leave us a review. We have all 5-star reviews. Let's see what you can do about that. Come on.
Psst. Hey guys, it's me, Mark James from Poop Culture. I don't have long, but I'm contacting you from the future. I can't go into details yet, but you need to subscribe to all the shows on the PCEU. It is imperative. In the future, they're huge. You have the Bocephus Broadcast, Hysteria 51, the Video Rangers, Poop Culture, the Bro-Rons Podcast, Be Kind and Rewind, the Boondoggle, Who's Right, the Mockers, and Just in Time Podcast. If you can find a computer terminal, go to www.poopculture.com. You can listen to all the shows right from there. I can't say much. If you're listening to this and you're part of the resistance, code word, moist crevice. Mark James, over and peace out.
God, they do a professional fucking job over there. I think by the time...
How did we get wrapped up in something like that?
I think by the time anybody hears this, there's going to be Actually, it was just announced yesterday. I think they added the Vantucky Fried Podcast. I'm sure I'm mangling the fucking name, but yeah, there's one more podcast.
Kentucky.
No, Vantucky with a V.
That's vagina.
So I'm going to need you. We went through this with Hush Your Face, and of course it fucking blew up on us. But I'm going to need you to, when you're listening to a podcast at work, at least once a week, just pick one from the PCEU and listen to it.
Gotcha.
And then I'm going to pick one, and then we can at least try to promote the other shows within our network.
Gotcha.
And if it's bad, we just won't. We'll just say, hey, yeah, I listened to them, whatever. We're not going to badmouth people on our network. We're not going to do that with these guys.
Gotcha.
It's like I just took away your reason for living.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
Now I do know that the other networks listen to the other shows, or the other people on the show listen to the other shows on the network. So for the first time, this will probably be the first episode that they hear of ours.
Okay.
Feel free to badmouth us. We will not get
sure.
upset. We will not get upset. We are not protective of our. As you can tell, we are not protective of our content.
Please talk shit.
You can even steal our ideas.
For sure, yeah.
I don't know what the fuck you would. But
if you want to start a podcast with two dudes just talking to each other, that we did that. This is us. We pioneered that. You can steal that.
So if you don't like our content and you wanna bash us on your show, feel free. We won't get upset. I won't be mad at the network.
The best part is going to be when they do, and we get pissed off about it.
All right.
Oh shit!
All right. Is there
you
any
have to say? We already know.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
All I want to say is subscribe on iTunes and leave us a review. I want more reviews. That's what I want to read. What you people have to say. I want to know what people think. I want some fucking feedback. Leave some comments.
I don't think anybody listens to this. I think all them numbers are bullshit. We say whatever we want and nobody ever corrects us or anything.
I know. I don't like that. Correct us. Tell us. Somebody other than John correspond with us. Leave us a voicemail. Something.
Hey, I don't like the doing the live thing, man.
I don't either.
At one point there was a couple people in here, I think 5, whatever, and I felt this huge pressure, like I'm talking specifically to those 5 people, and we have to be funny for them right now. Go.
And you don't even know who they are.
Yeah, and then when there's 0, like right now there's 0, it's like nobody even fucking cares. Why am I even doing this?
What the fuck is the difference? I keep going back to the question of why the fuck are we doing a podcast? This isn't fun.
All right, well, we can be done then. You want me to stop it?
I don't care. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
All right. Bye, everybody. Is your labia hanging out? All right. Splash. So see you later. No. Fuck you.
What you just heard was a podcast in the Poop Culture Extended Universe. For more great podcasts, make your way to www.poopculture.com.